one way or another. Testing 1, 2, 3. Tell that friend, neighbor, foe, where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. This is Law Nation. Yeah. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's continue to grind and shine. As everybody know, my name is Law Nation, L-A-W Nation. I really appreciate you all. I only got about 25 minutes. I had 30. I just used 5 of it, right? But here's the conversational piece right quick. Let me pull up the chat log here so that everybody can see. Here we go. Oh, no, wrong one. Give me 1 second here. I'm about to find it. Here we go. Bam, in there. Okay. So with that being said, Cowboy Nation, and I only put this up there so that everybody can see their beautiful name and the logo and things like that. Shout out to, let's see who the first person that was in the chat today. Maverick F14 Tomcat. Shout out to you and Lord Nova. Really appreciate you all. I will be doing some lo-fi music on this channel as well for my YouTube channel. I might swing it over to the Facebook group, but lo-fi is a groove of music, whereas you can just chill and relax. And that will be integrated or I guess inputted into my channel here. But that's just for those who out there who wanting to know, like, hey, Law be having some music over there, man. And I try. But the topic of the hour, right, is this Dak Prescott. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac and Biggie climbing out of the grave saying, Law, see, I told you. Cowboys should have picked up Tom Brady. They should have picked him up. They would have won the Super Bowl this year. Shout out to Tom Brady. Shout out to the Buccaneers for doing their due diligence and doing their job and picking up the guy that got 7 of them. Let that sizzle down in your spirit. There's 7 of them. That's from my dog Country Wayne. He said, let it sizzle, right? But let that sizzle onto your mind. 7 Super Bowl rings. There's no other franchise in the National Football League that got more, right? 7 of them. But I want people to really reach out and talk to me and let me know, did Tom Brady win the Super Bowl by himself? I want people to just reach out to me and say, hey, it was Tom Brady playing defense. It was Tom Brady that got those interceptions. It was Tom Brady that got those sacks, right? It was Tom Brady that picked up the phone and said, okay, we need to go get a Leonard Fournette. Oh, we need to get Antonio Brown, which I think he did do that. Oh, we need to bring Gronkowski out of retirement. Oh, there's no what do you call it? For performance enhancement drugs or recreational drugs, testing that they were going to do on Gronk, because nobody can tell me that he was sober and clean. You know, the brother was doing something. But all of a sudden, Gronkowski, he goes to the Buccaneers, gained the necessary weight, looked like he snapped his finger and got all physical and shape and stuff. I think the brother was taking more than just creatine, but that's a story of a different day, right? And so many people were saying that, hey, Tom Brady did it by himself. Let's moonwalk back then. And I'm using this word casually because I get a lot of people who don't understand objectivity. Look, I got to put this out there, you know, as my time is going through. So many people like to paint Law into a box or a corner. So many people would like to know my opinion And then when I say my opinion, they get mad and angry and upset. Law, what is your favorite color? Purple. Oh, how dare you like purple? That's a horrible color. Law, what's your favorite ice cream? Oh, man, hey, I like praline and cream. Oh, man, that's a terrible ice cream. Well, why you ask me? You go on with your cookies and cream. I like praline and cream, So many people can't handle my opinions. So, and nobody can handle jokes these days, right? We in this PC culture that you got to be political correct, right? But nevertheless, when I post things, I try to look at it from an objective point of view, meaning that I'm only objectively speaking if this were to happen, or if that was to happen. So let's go back. If the Dallas Cowboys decided to say, you know what, Dak Prescott, we're going to let you walk. Last year, I'm talking about last year, and we're going to get on the Tom Brady sweepstakes, right? Would we still make moves as it relates to the defensive side of the ball? Would we still have Xavier Woods out there? And I'm not trying to sully or denigrate Xavier Woods. Would we still be trying to play musical chairs with the linebacker? Look, I know that a lot of people would look at it like, LVE and they help the Jalen Smith, they can do what the Buccaneers did. Well, I got land on the moon for sale. If you think that you can put all two linebackers in the same arena as those two linebackers, right? Look, we have issues with Ezekiel Elliott. Our fan base are so stuck on, hey, Ezekiel Elliott, we don't need Tony Pollard, we don't need blah, 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 And all I did was I turned on the Buccaneers. They went out there and said, okay, we need a McCoy, okay, we need a Leonard Fournette, or we need Rojo, whatever his name, Ronald Jones. I can only imagine if Ronald Jones was on the Dallas Cowboys, they'll build a statue and erect it and put his name all over DFW. They would. If he was here and he ran, but made that, I think he did like a 90-yard run this year or something crazy. Man, they'll put a statue in his name. And everybody else, they'd be going back and forth. We don't need. I come here to tell you guys that the reason why the Buccaneers won is because they was a complete team. And one thing I cannot take away from Tom Brady, he exemplified and exhibits leadership. He don't play around with his food, and he commands and he demands everybody to play up to par. Do the Dallas Cowboys do that? I don't know. I don't think that nobody on this team had the longitude and latitude to do that, because every time we do it, you got somebody to circumvent. You got somebody named Jerry Wayne Jones who would also put out the playbook of what they are intending on doing, right? Jay Black, shout out to you. He says, pay Dak, let's move on. Yeah, I mean, that's the realest conversational piece right there, Jay Black. The real question is, how much can you pay Dak without hurting the rest of the team? Well, is it Bellington? Appreciate you, man. Here's the problem. When people try to compare the two, the Tom Brady, the Dak Prescott, and I know I'm going to get somebody to say, law is no comparison. He's on the tail end of his position, right? I'm talking about Tom Brady. Although he probably say he can give him 2 to 3 more years. That's what he's saying, right? But he's on the tail end. The brother done already made his money. For anybody to say, well, see, Tom Brady was a team player. He took less money. Well, he done already made his money. He done already made his coins. This brother is fighting for a legacy now. He's trying to get all of the records he can. He made his bag already. He was one of the highest paid quarterbacks at one time, at some point of time of his career. And it helps to have a billionaire as his wife, The brother hit the lottery of life, Tom Brady. And when you look at every single solitary Super Bowl he won, WON, the opposing team, the opposition never scored north of 20-some points, I believe. That's a big endorsement of the defense. Now, as you get older in life, there are some things that you would not deal with and put up with. Sometimes money would not fancy you as much. Look, the longer you get down your career path, you start to make your choices. You say, man, $150,000 is cool and all, but I'm happy making $92,000. I don't have to deal with this and that. I can just now, in the position that I am, I can relegate and delegate. Regulate, I meant to say, and delegate. I think Dak is on a trading block already, honestly. This is from Joseph Lewis. Now, here's the situation. Here's the situation with Dak Prescott. In order for him to be on the trading block, he first have to sign with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Dallas Cowboys organization made an epic mistake. They didn't put Dak Prescott in the hype video. And my thing is, you can't put a player in the hype video who's not on the team, who's not under contract. I can feel him on that aspect of it. But nobody paints a canvas and say, oh, man, I left Jesus out. You know, the Last Supper, it's equivalent to that. And I'm not calling Dak Prescott Jesus, you know, but you don't paint the Last Supper meal and say, oh, I forgot Jesus, you know, in the picture. I see all of everybody else in that group, but I don't see the Messiah. I don't see Jesus, right? That's equivalent when you leave out your quarterback. There's teams, right, that have below and subpar records, but they always showcase their quarterback. Your quarterback, regardless of how you feel about it, is your leader of your team. That's just the reality of it. Now, I got a lot of hate mail from people. About the Dak Prescott following the Washington team. And it's the optics of Dak Prescott. Sometimes Dak fall back, don't follow other NFL franchises, especially those who are a direct component or I guess an opposition of yours. That was a misnomer by him. If he liked the story of what's the kid that got his ankle all snapped up, I forgot his name, the quarterback. If he liked him, if he loved Montez Sweat, who went to Mississippi State University, if he liked that guy, then you follow their page individually. But the optics of it, it's equivalent to me looking out my window, and if my neighbor is wearing a bikini and she got the bikini on and she's watering the lawn and I'm over there looking out the window, what you think my wife is going to do, right? She's going to be angry. She's going to be upset. It's just a misnomer by Dak Prescott by following the team and then folding up, unfollowing the team. The optics are bad. You already got leverage, so that throws that out of the picture. When he said, he's doing it for leverage, you already got the leverage. It's no need to follow a team. Now, that's much to do about nothing now. There's water on the bridge. He unfollowed them. But I want people to know, young Cowboys fans, we do not follow the Washington team. We do not follow the Steelers team. We do not follow and like the Green Bay Packers. We do not follow the Eagles. We do not do that. That's like a fraternity code. You don't have Kappas wearing Q's apparel, right? You don't have Q's wearing Sigma apparels. That's just how it goes. You don't do that. That's just the reality of it. I don't care what anybody say. You can't out debate or talk against me on that particular situation. Now that is all said and done, the team still need to figure out a way to say, okay, we got $40 million. We got $40 million if we're going to pay Dak Prescott $40 to maybe $42 to $43 million. That would be his money, basically. My thing is, do the Cowboys or should the Cowboys, will the Cowboys pay that money? Well, that's the toll. That's the price. Because that's the going rate right now. I think it could be at the minimum probably 35, 36, but you got to do some wild numbers on the guaranteed side of the coin. You got to do some wild, crazy numbers, and I haven't, I guess, configured that part out. But the Cowboys, they done fooled around and waited too late for this. So that is the problem. So now when we talking about the ongoing, do you pay the guy, do you don't pay the guy? And we do know the stubbornness and the mindset of the Joneses. It's hard. I'm telling people right now, and a lot of people will not agree with what I'm saying until they get into a position of leadership and they get into a position of power. Power. There's 48 rules of powers. But I would tell you guys this. One thing that a lot of people tend to do when they have in a position of power, they will not listen. They so strong in their thoughts. Try it. It's hard to tell somebody what to do when they're making $65,000 a year. It's hard to tell people what to do when they're making $150,000 a year. You got Jerry Wayne Jones who's making $5 billion plus, and you mean to tell me you're going to try to tell him what to do? Ain't happening, Captain. It's not. It's not. It's his way. Jerry Jones come from the old school philosophy. He come from that. He come from my grandfather in them philosophy. Your word is your bond. Sometimes it's not about the ink on paper. It's your word. And the flux of what they have with, and this is just me not trying to fabricate stuff, but this is just real life. The influx of this right here, Cowboy Nation, is when he had a verbal agreement. I believe back in 2018, 19, whatever that agreement was. I think it was 19, right? It was 19, right? Whenever we beat the Giants, we beat the Washington, and then we beat Miami, whatever that situation was, and the Prescott administration, his camp, said, well, the price still went up. Don't you know that Jerry probably said, oh, I be damned. Oh, you think now you're going to try to raise the price on me when we had something that's already agreed? And I'm just only speaking objectively. Should the Cowboys pay Dak Prescott earlier? Yes, that's a given. That's a fact. But now that you got this situation going on against a billionaire, shoot. He said, what? Oh, okay. All right. I'll show you better than I can tell you, you know. I bought this team when I had two nickels to rub together. I'm a wheeler and dealer as it relates to that side of the coin. We will see who's going to be the last man standing. Those are facts. That's how Jerry think. Remember I told you guys the storyline of Jimmy Johnson and Jerry. See, Jimmy was bumping his gums up there at the bar, right? Before I had facial hair. And one thing that I could tell everybody is your name. You want your name to be good, especially out there in the streets. Sometimes it's not about the money. It's about that name. And that's why you say when you go to certain cities, you see a person's name on the building. That's my name. My name is everything. Hey, if you guys think I'm lying, there was this special episode on The Wire. You know, if you have HBO, you probably can watch the full series of The Wire. And oh boy, at the end, I think it was the second for the last of a few of the episodes there. What's his name? Marlo? Was it Marlo? Cowboy Nation? It's been many a moons ago since I watched that episode. Boy was like, my name is my name. Let that sizzle or sink down into your mindset. And that name is something, it's more valuable. I think it's even in the good book, it's more valuable than rubies, gold, and everything. Your name, your legacy is everything. And once somebody sell and denigrate that, boy, oh boy. So, yeah, Marlo, appreciate you. Barnett, appreciate you. Yep, my name is my name. You know, you could talk about a lot of things about law, but you start talking about my name, oh, we going to meet up. We're going to try to get that situated, right? That name is something important. So Cowboy Nation, Dak Prescott, his name is out there, right? The Cowboys, they need to find a contract to put it out there. Jerry Jones' ego is out there, edging God out, right? You guys can write that down, edging God out. We going to have to figure this out. The Cowboys organization going to have to figure this out. We can't really move on any free agency until they figure it out. They can't sign anybody until they figure this Dak Prescott situation out. Sign Dak and stop. Yeah, low key. Yeah, I mean, you got to look. It's a big price. At some point, I recall, and just like I got this thing on the side right here, I recall a lot of people were saying that, hey, $25 million is too much money to pay Dak Prescott. I remember. I can go back to my older videos. And then that number jumped up to $28 million. Oh, that's too much money to pay Dak Prescott. Then it jumped to $33 million. Oh, that's too much money to pay Dak Prescott. And then, it jumped up some more. People fail to realize you pay for luxury. And I know that a lot of people look at Dak Prescott and will not count him as a luxury. I drive a BMW. I get one oil change a year, but I got to pay for that. It's $232 just for the oil change. Right? Before I had the BMW, hell, oil change, you go under there, $30. I could change it myself, right? But you pay for what you get for. You pay for the luxury. Matter of fact, I can turn my car on from right here, and this is not me bragging. I can turn my car on from where I'm sitting at. The seat will already be warm. It's 32 degrees outside right now. The seat makes sure it's warm for me. The warmness of the seat. The electric windows, I can tell it, roll the windows down. It'll roll the windows down. Look, those are luxury items. Those are luxurious items. But can that same BMW get me to point A to point Z, just like my 95 Honda Civic? Yeah, sure. It's a whole different environment. Can I win? Can the whole nation win with that 95 Honda? Yeah. But people fail to realize that if I didn't make the necessary improvements and investments from there, I'll be paying more and more and more. The upkeep from what I'm trying to do will be getting more. Mike Meticulous Detail Podcast at Remote Start. Yeah. Hey, and if somebody steal the car, I don't have to go to run a chase. That's okay. Steal it. Go. Be gone with it. I can turn my car off from my smartphone. They can get halfway down the road. Up, turn it off. Oh, had the police to meet them, right? They wondering what's going on with the car. Or I could just wait to see where they're going. That is what technology allows you to do. But you pay for it. It's not free. It's not. They got equivalency of 4.5 years of free Dak Prescott money. Free. At the time, if they wanted to build that juggernaut defense, there you go. You had nobody to pay, right? Dak Prescott was getting paid $630,000, a little bit north of that, a year. A year. Just until last year, Michael Gallup was making more money than Dak Prescott. Now, of course, that big time payment, of the franchise tag is good. It's good money up front, but it's not long term. It's not. The bottom line, this is from TB Everything Adobe, says the bottom line is that time has passed. The Jones is the owner. We need new owners to want to win. Well, I got at least 6 more minutes before I get back to my deal over here, and then we'll play live music on this channel. But I got Travis. Let me see what you say over here. Drummond. Yeah, appreciate you, Drummond, man. I try to spit the truth. Try to spit it so when people jump on this channel, they got the umbrellas out, man. I try to. Yeah, I try to, man. I try to. But not everybody can handle the truth.
If we can't sign Doc, what would you do? Trade? And get what? Who would you draft or trade for QB?
All right. So that is a good questioning there, Law. If you can't sign Dak Prescott, the problem is Dak got to sign. He got to sign something in order for you to trade him, unless and I would never ever bet against him because he can sit out a full year. He ain't hurting. His morals, his goals can be like, hey, well, all right, cool. I'll sit out a full year, right? They got to sign him at least under a franchise tag in order for them to trade him. And he can do a refusal to sign. Whatever the penalties are, I don't know. I don't know the rulings about it. I didn't look that up. But they got to come up with some type of an agreement. And my thing is, by Dak Prescott not having his first big check, right? You at least want to get you one big check. And I know I can't count the man's money, right? He's making endorsements deals, and I'm not trying to include that. But what I'm saying is that most quarterbacks at least want to get their one big check. That's what Tommy did. Got his one big check. Show me you're appreciative. Show me that you love me. Show me that you care for me. You know, I think there was a song, girl, I care about you. I'm there for you. So why don't you care for me like I care about you? I know I might have butchered the lyrics of it, but why don't you care for me like I care about you, right? And it's Valentine's season right around the corner, right? Show me your initiative, because at the end of the day, I feel you what you're saying. But you didn't ask nobody else to take the discount, but you asking me? Huh? Now, I would be right along the train if everybody else was taking discounts around here. I'm a hit away from being the next Ryan Shazier. And this is how y'all treat me? My name is my name. I'm from nothing. My father never been there in my life. And I'm just talking like with Dak Prescott, if he was hood, right? My mama gone, you know. My brother took his life. I'm praying, so Father, please forgive me, right? So you said you care about me? You don't show me that you care about me. Everybody else getting paid but me. Why I'm the red-headed stepchild, huh? Why I got to be the quarterback to take less? You didn't ask Tony Romo. I'm about to say Tom Brady. But you didn't ask Tony Romo to take a discount. Oh, excuse me. Troy Aikman didn't take one. But why me? Oh, I ain't going to say it's because of this. But come on now. Let me know. I'm not invited to go to the press box and be floated around to the arenas. Right? Jim Law says pay Dak his money now, right? So many people, because Dak didn't rub elbows with the Jerrys like the Romo and the QB. Yeah. Dak be like, hey, why I didn't get an invite to go to Cabo? Y'all love Tony Romo so much and Jason Witten. They in Cabo on the opening week of the free agency. Where my name at? Why I ain't out there? I'm a quarterback too. Let me know if I'm lying. If you can pull up, I don't think they went to Cabo. They went to some over the seas. Come on, let's be real in the hearts of hearts. Will Dak Prescott ever get invited to go to Cabo or the Belize, Paris with the Joneses? Let's be real with it. Huh? Let me be real with it. Why he ain't invited? Why Tony Romo was so special so he could be invited, and Jason Witten? But y'all see, I'm just speaking the real over here. Y'all think that he don't see that as a psychology major, a brother from Louisiana. He know when he getting squeezed. Look, come on, let's be real. He can see it. He can hear the conversations. Oh, you going to leave me out of a hype video? That's the first thing everybody sees, the quarterback, the running back, the wide receivers in a hype video. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. People do what they want to do. People put their trust and their faith in things that they want to do. They do. There's no way around it. If Jay-Z was dating Beyonce and Beyonce said, hey, in order for you to engage with me, I want 2 wedding rings, not 1. Jay-Z would say, okay, baby, I got you 3. People do what they want to do. You'll know it. You'll know it. How you make Dak Prescott sound like a toxic person. The footage was from the season. He was hurt. They said it was a mistake. This is from Tiara B. And I got land on the moon for sale. Look, for those who does any type of editing, any type of what we want to call that, putting stuff together. The first thing you do is you map out, okay, this is player A, player B. Okay, this is, the kicker. Okay, you want to put the kicker in there? Okay, we had the kicker. There's so many things. There's so many things going down in when you're doing editing. And you got 4 years of editing that you can, 5 years of editing that you can put inside. People do what they want to do. I've seen organizations go out of the way. Hear me out. Go out of the way. And if it's a new player, they will edit. They would look. We don't have said player in the new uniform yet. Don't worry. Hold my Adobe Premiere right quick. Let me go. Look, a prime example. I think the what was that team? Arizona Cardinals. They were so happy that they got the guy, what's his name, D-Hop. They were so happy they got D-Hop. When the announcement was made, they already had their team editing, photoshopping, removing the Texans logo, filtration. He haven't even played a down yet for the Arizona, but he was already photoshopping Arizona's on the side of the helmet, putting numbers, telling the person who had number 10, dog, hey, man, we love you, dog, but we got a D-Hop now. You can move. You can be removed. People make mistakes. Look at the Washington Post headlines about Schottenheimer. That totally disrespectful, but somehow it made it through the editing. Well, somebody going to have to get fired. Somebody going to have to get at least written up. We just being real, right? Tiara, I appreciate you what you're saying. Everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. So somebody gonna have to be in the room sitting there like, oh, okay, did you guys agree upon this? Did you guys agree upon that? And last I checked, the Washington Post don't make an inch, not even like this much of what the Dallas Cowboys make. Multi-billion-dollar corporation. Knowing it's just the optics of it, and I'm gonna let it go. Because it's much to do about nothing. It's really not much to do about nothing. Him being left out from a highlight video. But you got to look at it from Dak Prescott's shoes. How you think he feel? True story before I roll up out of here. I got a 7-month-old at the house. And I got a 4-year-old at the house. I was pushing the 7-month-old around in the house because it's too cold to push him around outside. Pushing around in the, what do you call that little thing, the little buggy, whatever you call it, the thing where the baby sits in. I was pushing around, and I could see my 4-year-old just looking like, Daddy better push me around next. I just kept pushing. And she was like, she didn't say anything. She was just looking. Oh, daddy ain't finna push me around. And I got tired. I said, okay, baby, all right. Give her a kiss, took out. And my 4-year-old was like, I'll be down. Nah. Whoa. Where my push around at? Huh? She would not move out of that spot until she got pushed around. A walker, yeah, appreciate you, Barney. A stroller, yeah, Jim Lawless, a stroller. I pushed around and stroller through the house. She was like, nah. She refused. And I said, well, baby, daddy got to go back to work. She started wailing, tears in her eye, real tears. And I said, okay, baby, I'll push you around. You get jealousy at the age of 3 and 4. Ain't that something? That's real life, Cowboy Nation. Real life. I had to push her around. I had to. I could have been screwed and said, you know what? Get over it. You was once that age and I pushed you around the same amount of time. That's the reality of it. You got to be boldly. Even the good book says, enter the throne boldly with grace and mercy. Dak Prescott, I understand your meekness and your mindset to be shallow a little bit, but you got to enter that throne boldly. I want my money, Dak. Or I meant to say, I want my money, Jerry. I want my money boldly. It says, enter the throne boldly with grace and mercy. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let me play some of this stuff. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. One way or another, Cowboy Nation, they're going to have to figure this thing out, win, lose, or draw. That's the reality of it. Dak. Those who bite for it, they get it, right? I recall Russell said, you know what? If I don't have a contract by the 15th, I'm sitting out. Dak got to do the same. At some point, he got to enter that throne boldly. If I don't have a contract by the 15th of March or whatever it is, I'm out. That's just what you got to do. There's two of these things got to go it that way. It's not about Joseph. It's not about who's better. It's not about who's better. Trust me. Look, the story all rolls together. My 4-year-old is not better than my 7-month-old, right? That's not better. They are human beings. They my babies. Right? Can't do one for the other. You can't do that. Even from a biblical aspect of it. Even from a biblical aspect. Didn't the shepherd leave 99 to save one? Huh? Let me know. Was that one better? Let me know. He left 99 to go save that one. Let that sink in. Let's go. We out. One way or another, baby.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the doorman just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I old producers saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Dry you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's icy. I got wifey on bling and she icy. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him